Peaceful. Real peaceful. You hear the birds? You can hear them. Beautiful. It's very peaceful. For you, it could be so peaceful. But for others, on another timeline, there's a war going on. Did you know there's a war going on right now? I can't tell what that bird. It's a beautiful bird. You can't tell that there's a war going on because it's not on your frequency. And you can't see it right now. No, you can't see it right now. Because the war is the tomorrow war. It's the tomorrow war, light warriors, yeah. You see, if you want the truth, you wanted the truth. You wanted the truth, light warriors. You thought, I know. I thought the same thing. You thought if you wanted the truth, you put on the TV, right? You put on the TV. And then you put on something called the news, right? The media, right? You think that you're gonna get the truth on the news, right? That's what you thought, light warriors. No. You get the truth in movies, and you're gonna have to decode it. And we're out here in beautiful nature, in the land of peace and harmony, to break down. We're gonna be breaking down the tomorrow war. Have you seen the tomorrow war? We're gonna learn a lot. We're gonna go on a deep dive today. What's happening right now? You know, all the star seeds, right? All the indigos, all the people that came for spiritual World War III. You know, when you watch the Tomorrow War, you're going to see everything broken down for you, but you're going to have to decode these things and take a guess who's going to be decoding the Tomorrow War for all of you. Yeah, Uncle Mike's going to be decoding the Tomorrow War. Isn't that great? Yeah, please put a like on the video if you're here for the decode. Are you here for the decoding of the Tomorrow War? Tremendous movie. A lot of information in the Tomorrow War. Yeah, so, you know, what I do is I look for the codes, I look for the clues, right? You love it, Christina? I love you, Christina. We have to decode what's being put out there because you wanted the truth. No, you can't have the truth. Why don't they tell you the truth? Why don't they tell you the truth? Because the truth is the highest state of consciousness, and knowledge is power, and then the lack of knowledge is the lack of power. They don't want you to have power, right? So what they do is they have to get off the karmic wheel, right? They have to display the truth somehow, so they show you in the movies, right? So that's what we're going to be doing today. We have a very tremendous, very powerful breakdown of the Tomorrow War because it's happening right now. You know, some people say, oh, you know, it's just unicorns and rainbows. And it is unicorns and rainbows, but not for everyone. Because those people haven't gotten off the timeline. Oh, not on my timeline, Light Warriors. You could write it in the chat right now. Not on my timeline. Not that there's the fake World War III brought to you by Applebee's. Do you know that fake World War III? And then there's the spiritual World War III. For we fight not against flesh and blood, but against principalities. The war, the battleground is in the mind, right? It's on a different dimensional plane of existence. And we're going to be breaking it all down. Oh, not on my timeline. No, but in the upcoming years, we're headed to the Tomorrow War. So we're going to take a trip. Some people, they're going to be, they're on a different timeline. They're experiencing the end of the world. You see that bird? Did you see that bird? There it is. Oh, all the animals are out. They're circling Uncle Mike. Please, so let's get this show on the road. Let's get the message out to the people. So if you haven't done so already, please put a like on the video. It helps others find this message. The more that you click the like button, it tells other people, check out this video. They'll come, if you're watching on the live stream, they'll join the live stream. If you're watching on the replay, they'll get it in their feed. So keep smashing that like button. Let's get a bunch of likes on it right now so others could learn about the Tomorrow War. Yeah, we're literally the guardians of the galaxy. That's right. Look at the chat, all the light warriors there. They're fine-tuned. We're getting ready. I got my mind right, ready for war, right? You remember that song? But yeah, so smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We have a tremendous channel. We break down everything. A lot of people have no clue what's going on in the world because you can't just watch the news. You ever hear about fake news and all this other stuff? It's subconscious programming, and some people are under mind control spells right now. That's why they call it a broadcast. So, a lot of people are turning off the TV and they're turning on YouTube, and I'm grateful that I'm one of those people that you watch on YouTube. I'm grateful for your support and your attention. It's the currency of the universe, so your attention is very important in the Tomorrow War. Pay attention. If you would like to join Patreon, we host live Zoom meetings tonight on Patreon. We're going to hold a very powerful Zoom meeting. I have a lot of content to break down, uncensored content. The link is in the description if you'd like to take part of our Patreon Zoom meeting. And the previous, we've been on there for over a year. All the previous videos, you have tons of content waiting for you on Patreon, jam-packed, full of content. If you would like to support the channel and this work in the Tomorrow War, there's a link at the pinned comment. So I took a trip yesterday. I went on a cinematic adventure, and I dove deep into the Tomorrow War. I saw the preview for Tomorrow War. I looked at it, and I said, there's going to be disclosure in Tomorrow War. So I had to sit down, right? I dive deep. It's very entertaining, but when I sit and I watch with the opened third eye. Humans are sent back 30 years in time to recruit humans living in today's world, right? So they went 30 years back in time to fight a war that's taking place in 2051. In 2051, humans are about to go extinct. And there's these demonic creatures that are inhabiting the earth, right? And they're pretty scary, creatures. So they were running out of time. They were about to go extinct. But they did create a wormhole for time travel. Are there time travelers that are in our life going back and forth today? I know you time travelers are out there watching. Yeah, there's time travelers, right? So the time travelers, they went back. They said, we have to recruit you for the Tomorrow War because humans are going to go extinct. And that's why I've shared this, and many people are aware. We are in an extinction event, and this extinction doesn't come from, a massive comet. It comes from consciousness. It comes from consciousness. So they went back in time. They went on. A lot of people were waiting for them to show up in the Super Bowl, but in this video they showed up on the soccer field, right? Because everyone was paying attention, and they said, we're going to go extinct. We are recruiting people to come to the Tomorrow War. They had to come in the future. They recruited all different people from all different walks of life because humans were going to go extinct. So we have to band together to fight a common enemy. A lot of these people didn't have, military background. All different people, all different races, all different colors, classes, and creeds. Almost like the Hopi prophecy. Look at that. It's on the Prime there. So they took people, all different walks of life. They came together, and they went to the future to fight these demonic creatures. Woo! Very scary looking creatures, right? Anyone that saw the Tomorrow War. So they went to the future, and they had to fight these creatures and figure out how to beat them because there was they just kept multiplying, and they couldn't stop it. So in 2051, everything across the world, all continents, they were infiltrated by these demonic creatures. Where did they come from? They said these aliens came, the aliens came and they're taking over the world. But there was a big question about their origin, light warriors. Hold on. I'm gonna get a table, I assume. Please put a like on the video if you're ready for the awakening. And we're gonna dive deep into this on Patreon tonight. Yeah, the Tomorrow War is actually happening right now. When I look at this, it's kind of like the waves of volunteers that Dolores Cannon spoke about, right? Maybe we don't have that technology, but a lot of us reincarnated. We came in to the world now because in the future, if we didn't come here and do this, humanity will go extinct. Something happened in 2020. Nature Boy, I love you, brother. Woo! We're trying to be out of nature as best we can. I love you, Nature. Nature Boy writes, that's okay because we are Doc Brown and Marty going back in the crap timelines to clean them up. Woo! Love you all, even the enemies. Yeah, we have to love everyone. Even the enemies are actually making us stronger, Nature Boy. It's kind of like the gym, Nature Boy, right? You have an adversary, right? You got to lift the weight, right? So if you push more weight, you get bigger muscles, you get stronger. So these enemies that are like, pushing us down, maybe they come in the forms of fake friends and fake family members and fake coworkers, right? They're making you stronger. They're making you stronger. Write it on your blackboard, right? And keep moving forward and keep moving forward. Write it in the chat right now. Keep moving forward. Don't go anywhere because there's a very big disclosure in this movie that you have to break down. This is going to show us what's happening. Follow along. Yeah. So they had to figure out how to defeat this enemy, right? So they try to get this toxin, right? Because, they had a lot of armor. It was very difficult to shoot these demonic-looking creatures, very scary. And, they had the queen or the female, and I guess she was reproducing it all. So, they had to try to figure out how to beat that one. And they were able to get the males, right? But they couldn't get this queen one. It was extra strong. And that was the one they had to take out because it will keep multiplying and reproducing. So they finally captured it and they sedated it, and they tried to figure out how to get the chemical the right way to destroy this evil queen one, right? So anyway, in 2051, she finally figured out. You'll watch the movie, right? This woman, she figures out this is the toxin. It's 100%, and she tried to keep figuring it out, and she kept working. She was a great scientist. She figured it out, and she had the vial. But all of a sudden, the queen wakes up, and she starts roaring, and then all of the, hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of the other ones, they heard her roar. They were able to locate it, and then they all bum rushed and attacked the area that was supposed to be safe, and they were running out of time. So they had to transport these people back into the past. So in the final seconds, everything was infiltrated, and he went back in time to the present time with that vial. And they said when we came back, we said, "Oh, we have this vial. We have to mass produce this and then go back to the future and fight this war with the vial. We have it, but we ran out of time." She said, "No, the wormhole that they created was destroyed. You can't go back anymore." And they were trapped there in the present time, but they had the vial. And they said, "Well, when did they attack? When did they arrive? When did they arrive?" Right? And they said it was 2048 or something, right? In 3 years, can you believe that? In 3 years, the human race was going down. And so they said, "Well, we know it's in the future," and they're trying to figure out. They're saying, where did they come from? They said there was no landing site, right? Where did these aliens come from? There was no landing site, so they dove deep. They broke into the science, right? They had the scientists there figuring it out. Where did they come from? And they said, oh, there's this volcanic ash here on this claw. And they said, well, this comes from deep under the ice. And then they said, well, what did they do? Why would they land and then dig deep under the ice to get this volcanic ash? And they said, no. Pay attention, Light Warriors. They said, no. These alien creatures, these creatures, they didn't come from above. They came up from under the ground. What's going on under the ground, Light Warriors? They came from under the ice. What's under the ice, Light Warriors? In this movie, in the Tomorrow War, these satanic, demonic-looking creatures came from under the ice. Isn't that crazy? They came from under the ice, yeah, from below. Please put a like on the video if you're seeing how they show you everything in the movies. They said there was no landing. They figured it out. They came from under the ice. They didn't go down. They came up. They came up from under the ground. That's crazy, right? So, right now in our world, so also while this movie is going on, they show you that the world is in turmoil and people were rioting, people were fighting people. And they said, you know what, if these demonic creatures don't make us go extinct, we're going to make ourselves go extinct as well. And what do we see in the world in real life right now? We see people fighting each other, right? Brothers against brothers, tricked by a satanic cult, right? Known as mainstream media. They're confusing people. They show you this in the movies. And the general goes, the world is chaos right now. And if these alien creatures, if they don't make us go extinct, we're going to make each other go extinct. So everyone was fighting each other. They had the news on. They were all fighting. They watched the news. They went out to the streets. They started their protests. They were rioting. You ever see that stuff in our everyday lives? Let us know in the chat. So they were rioting. They were fighting people against people. They all had to band together. So a small group of people were able to go. They were banding together, all different colors, classes, and creeds. They went into the tomorrow world. So anyway, long story short, they had the chemical. They figured out where they were in the ice. They blew it up. This was the part. They just kind of went through it fast. I didn't like this part of the movie. And they found their little layer, and they started, injecting them with this before they woke up from their slumber. What's sleeping under the ground right now? Is there anything sleeping under the ground? You could let us know in the comments. And all of a sudden, they started waking up, and then the queen, and they, blah blah blah. They fight them, they get the chemical, they're all gone, they say, hooray, and they saved humanity. There's a lot of truths to these things that are happening right now, but there are, in the future, they said men's hearts will fail them for fear what they're going to see. Denise writes, that movie scared me. I was really scared, especially in the beginning when you hear the growling. You ever hear the growling from actual people in your everyday life? Are they starting to turn already? You ever watch the zombie movies? Ireland was covering her eyes. Yeah, it's true. I was scared too. I was scared. I was saying, what these demonic... I appreciate that silent walk. I got to teach the people. We got to wake up. People aren't waking up. They're looking at silent walk. They're looking at the bread in the circus. They have no clue what's about to come up from under the ground. They're getting tricked by mainstream media to fight each other, right? Just like in the movie Tomorrow War. And the general goes, if these demonic creatures, they don't make us go extinct, we're going to make each other go extinct. They were rioting, fake riots, right? Throwing all this stuff. And it was crazy. So it really depicts what's happening in the world right now. So yeah, there's a lot of things that they're changing. People are morphing, right? They actually say the Greys. You ever hear about the Greys? And again, I don't know the answer to this. They say the Greys are actually a subset of our species that comes from the future to stop something that happened a couple of years ago, actually. Isn't that interesting? So yeah, we're going to talk a lot about this tonight. We're going to break it down on Patreon. Please put a like on the video if you're waking up to what's going on. Yeah, it's important. Yeah, we're going to make our own movies in the future. So right now, there's the fake World War III brought to you by Applebee's. That is depicted in the movie, right? You had people, they were fighting each other for no reason. And then you had the spiritual World War III, where all of humanity had to band together to take out the common enemy, the truthful enemy of humanity, the Tomorrow War. And each and every one of you, are you here to serve in the Tomorrow War? So there's a part in the movie that reminds me of the light worker mission. They're like, if you, he got like this thing on his arm for the time jump, and he's like, if you're going to serve, and if you don't serve, and if you break free, then the firstborn of your family lineage will have to come in and do the jump or something like that. We're actually, saving the lineage of our ancestry. We're fixing our DNA. And that's kind of depicted as well. And a lot of people didn't want to go at first. That's kind of like us. Remember how we learned that we had a soul contract and we actually signed up for this mission? Oh, go to Earth, they said. Oh, yeah, incarnate on Earth. It's going to be fun, they said, right? Remember that? And then we said, oh, I want to see the signature on that contract. The Tomorrow War is real, right? And that's why you have to break down the clues and codes, right? The clues and codes are right before us, and we have to break this out. Yeah, so yeah, it was very interesting. It was scary to see those demonic creatures come up from under the ground. Isn't it crazy what's going on? Yeah, Thanos, it's going to be fun, they said. Yeah, Thanos, where's that snap? I got to hurry up with that snap, Thanos. But it was all, they had to use their creative power. They had to figure it out. Knowledge is power. And when that woman figured out how to, get this toxin to destroy, right? So a lot of us, we see weaponry. There's weaponry in the world right now. We don't see it, right? But you are all figuring out, like how those demonic creatures in the Tomorrow War, they were coming up and they were destroying us. Like, that's a big thing, right? So things could be big, really small, all different types of things out there. And you have to come up with something, and that's what that woman did. She figured out the right chemicals, the right stuff that is going to save humanity and get rid of those creatures, big or small. You have to come up with the right serum, to fight the Tomorrow War. It's a beautiful day today. Yeah, so you got to figure out. Humanity's figuring it out. We're all working together, and it's trial and error. So she tried and the first time it was only like a 30%, effectiveness. And she tried, and it's representing in the movie that she tried like 100 times. And then eventually she found the right one, and it was 100% bond. And then that queen, which one is the queen? Does anyone know what the queen one is? That queen? No, that was scary. That was a demonic thing. That was the scariest one of all. Please put a like on the video. It's really going to help others. Let's get over 500 real quick, so others could learn about the Tomorrow War. It literally is a Tomorrow War. You have to know it right now. I did a video. It's still on the channel page. You're going to have a higher vantage point. You have to have a higher vantage point and look down. So a lot of people don't like they want you asleep, right? The bread in the circus until year or two in the future. Oh wow! Oh, we're in the war, but we never saw it. The war is in the tomorrowland. You have to see it today. A lot of people can't see it today. When will they wake up? When is Tom going to wake up? Tom is laying down. He's on the couch, right? He's got the nachos and cheese. He's just, going up for, he's getting up for number 5 or 6, whatever it is. Right? We got to wake up. We got to say, what's going on in the world right now? We got to shut off the Grammys, right? Christina, you guys are the best in the chat. Are the lions in the chat? Can we get the lions rolling? Let's get the chat rolling. The chat actually stimulates the algorithms too. When the lions start going in the chat, watch, you see more people start tuning on. You just shooting the lions in the chat. Yeah, Kenny, the full armor of God. You got to have the armor against these demonic creatures in Tomorrow War. And it was a tremendous movie. I feel, I'm like old man, get off my lawn. There are certain parts, I like a movie when it's realistic the whole time. And then sometimes they do these things and it's not, I'm like, oh, it's not very realistic. I like, certain parts of the movie was a little not so realistic. I'm like, come on now. But that's the world. They want to give people like, everything's got to be over exaggerated, right? People just don't like basic nature. I'm all about basic. Do you like the natural? Do you like beautiful nature? Like there are people, we shared this in our group. There's a massive cube. I forget what country, if anyone remembers what country it's in. They're building a massive cube and people are going to live in this cube. And you could live there, you could shop there, they have holograms in this cube. And it's all within the cube. There are people that are plugging into a cube right now. Oh, Lynn Roberts knows. It's good to see you. Yeah, you got to wake up. You got to see the Tomorrow War. Yeah. But we have to get back into nature. Let's take a little bit of nature today. Let's take a nature break. Get the nature in. We got to wake up. It's tomorrow world. It's the Tomorrowland. It's the sun. Where's the sun? We have to get out there. That's what it's all about, Light Warriors. Yeah. That's what it's all about. Yeah. Get that sun in. Get that sun into the pineal. It's good. It's good. I've been in the past few days, luckily, the weather changed a little bit and a lot of people, they don't get enough sunlight. They're not, I see women outside the matrix. You got to be outside the matrix right now. A lot of people have plugged in. Let me know, is today also, the serious question, is today a holiday? If you're watching on the live stream, is today a holiday in the matrix? Did they say, humans, you could take a holiday today from the matrix? Is today one of those holidays from the matrix? They give you a little holiday every once in a while in the Matrix, right? No. You have to get outside. You have to get out in nature. And you are going... I thought it was Dion Sandals. It's good to see you. Thanks. Yeah, it's all coming in right now, right? Yeah, there's a lot of things going on. Yeah, in the Matrix, when you're outside of the Matrix, every day's a holiday. You could write it in the chat right now. Every day's a holiday. Yeah. There's a lot. Listen, they want you. They work. They're doing all this worship. They're doing all this stuff. We got to wake up. It's tomorrow. War is now. The war is a spiritual war. It's not the fake. It's not the fake World War III brought to you by Applebee's. No, it's the spiritual World War III. It's a biblical time period. And some people, they want to close their eyes. They worship false idols. Imagine if you saw from a different dimensional plane and you saw true evil and you saw these creatures. If you saw the Tomorrow War, I'm sure you thought it was scary. It was scary to see these creatures, man. Very scary. But in the end, humanity prevails. Do you want to know why humanity prevailed? Because the will beats the skill. These demonic creatures, like one of them could have destroyed like, I don't know, thousands of humans. They were so powerful. But because humanity had the will, it beat the skill. The will beats the skill. Write it in the chat right now. The will beats the skill. And that's what you're going to have to be focused on. You're going to have the will to survive this. You're going to have the will to win. And a lot of people don't want to have the will. They just want to go back to work. They just want to go back to watching the Grammys. What was that guy doing in the Grammys? Does anyone remember? What was that thing going on in the Grammys? I'm so grateful for all the support. Please keep commenting. Please put a like on this video. All your support is really helping us get the message out there. And if you're new, if you'd like to join Patreon, I'm going to hold a very powerful Zoom meeting tonight. Pamela Goose knows what was going on. Woman outside the Matrix. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate that. It is a party. Look, Woman Outside the Matrix is celebrating in the super guy thing over there. I love that. Thank you so much for that. No, that's what we have to be partying like that blue guy. That's what we need to do, you know. Yeah, Kenny, we're all retiring from the Matrix, Kenny. Kenny, all that means is that we get out of the Matrix, Kenny. Yeah, we got to get out of the Matrix. Yeah, that's what they're worshiping, Corbin. Absolutely. King's Farm knows. Yeah, get outside. Yeah, get outside in nature. Antonio, that's funny. But this literally is the tomorrow war. And, you know, they said, please put a like on the video. That's going to help others learn about this. We're about to hit a very powerful number. Kim Feeker, thank you so much for the support. I appreciate that, Kim. When we're realizing what's going on, you know, the tomorrow war is showing us what's happening in the now moment. You know, everything kind of still, you ever hear about the frog in the pot? The frog in the pot. Nice and slow. Don't wake the humans up. Don't wake Tom up. Let him sleep on the couch. He's still sleeping there. Don't notify them. Don't ring the alarm. Don't ring the alarms. Shh. Nice and quiet. And then all of a sudden the humans are in the middle of a war. Because if they knew ahead of time, learn from the video, when the humans went back to the past, they were prepared. They had the knowledge. They said the enemy's coming. They said the enemy's coming. To be forewarned is to be forearmed. To be forewarned is to be forearmed. Something big's coming. Some people are forewarned, so they're forearmed. And some people, they don't want to wake up. That's okay. This is free will. That's why some people say, why does God allow this to happen? Because it's free will. Free will is the law of the universe. But free will has been broken. That law has been broken. That's why there's a lot of infinite beings walking this earth right now. Yeah. Diana Lustig. Thank you so much, Diana. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate that, Diana. Thank you. So beautiful. Yeah, it's important to realize what is going on in this world. King's Farm, that's interesting. That's interesting. My friend just sent me something about St. Louis, Missouri, and then like years ago they had like this sacrifice mound in St. Louis, Missouri. And it's funny because in our Zoom, that's why we all collaborate on Zoom. Tonight on Zoom, Patreon, link in the description if you'd like to join Patreon. They said that there's a very dark energy in St. Louis, and I said, St. Louis, they have the Archers there, right? They have the Cardinals. I didn't realize it was a dark, they said, oh, there's a dark energy in St. Louis. So, yeah, there might be something going on in Missouri. I'm not sure. But that's why we all have to collaborate, just like they did in the movie. Not one person. I mean, there was one person in the end that actually, he was leading and he had the vial and did all this stuff. But we all have to put something in together, Everyone's playing their role. Everyone's playing their part. And not one person can do it alone. No one could do it alone. There is not one person. You think one person's going to come down? No. It's not about one person. It's about a group of people. It's actually known as the Rainbow Warriors of the Hopi Prophecy. Also in the Hopi Prophecy, there is the Blue Star Prophecy that speaks about zombies in the end days. Go back to the predictive programming. How many zombie movies did they show you in the past 20 years? Once again, how many zombie movies did they show you in the past 20 years? What was the number one show that everyone will watch every week? The Walking what? What was that movie? What was that TV show? What was it about? How many zombie movies did they show you in the past 20 years? Predictive programming. Are you ready? I don't know. Are you ready for zombies? We're going to be breaking that down tonight. There was a person that sent out a code. I think it was back in 2021. I just learned about this. We're going to be breaking down this code tonight. Yeah, Elizabeth writes The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead. Hopi Blue Star Prophecy. Check it out. Also on the channel page. Nature Boy, thank you. I love you. We are the Marios that Source is controlling. Yeah, we're like the Super Mario Brothers right now. Yeah, we're collecting the stones, Lisa B. That infinity and that Infinity War is showing us, half the population gone, right? The rapture. What is Infinity War showing us? The rapture. Half the population gone. Why is half the population dying? Infinity War. Check out Infinity War. Why is half the population dying? Bobby Sue knows. It's good to see everyone. Everyone's strolling in, right? Please put a like on this video. Keep smashing that like button. We're going to get the Tomorrow War out there. The Tomorrow War is literally showing us the truth about the world. What's going on under the ground? What's under the ice? Is time travel real? Do we have time travel warriors right now? If you are a time travel warrior, and you are watching this video right now, can you notify yourself with some like a mega emojis blast if you are a time traveler? I know some of you are watching. I know you're watching. I said this a long time ago. I said you'd be surprised who's watching this channel right now. They're tuned in. They're watching. Quans, I knew it. I knew it. Yeah, you could have the raising hand emoji. Anyone that's a time traveler, you could let me know. Kim, thank you so much, Kim. I appreciate you, Kim. Thank you so much for that. It's my honor to do this, Kim. We have to break this down, Kim. A lot of people, you're a warrior. We're all here. We have a divine purpose, and guess what? Your life is probably representing. It's a representation of the will beats the skill, and that's what happened in this movie. If one human tried to fight that demonic creature, it would get destroyed in like 3 seconds. But the will beats the skill. So when you look at the beast system, you saw the beasts in the Tomorrow War. You saw the beasts in the Tomorrow War. You look at the beast system of satanic Medea. You see it on the Tell Lies to Your Vision. The beast system. It might look so scary, that beast system, just like that beast in the Tomorrow War. But the will beats the skill, and humanity survives in the end. Humanity makes a way through in the end. This will not be an extinction event. You could write it in the chat right now. This will not be an extinction event. But biblically it said there's a sorting of the wheat and the tares. And we might witness a mass die-off. We might witness crazy things during the tomorrow war. But in the end, humanity prevails. It's in the remember, the tomorrow. We don't see it today. Some people say, oh, you're crazy today, right? But there's a lot of things, right? I saw it ahead of time. Going back to my Matrix reality, when I was working in my fake Matrix job, it's failing by the second. And then all of a sudden something happened in 2020, and then everyone had a bunch of questions to ask me because I saw it ahead of time, and now I see it ahead of time. And each and every one of you that are getting this message, you see it ahead of time. But some people can't see it ahead of time. Get a better vantage point, and you can see it coming ahead of time. This is the tomorrow war, and each and every one of us are here to defend our everyday lives. If you find this message interesting and you would like to learn more about our reality in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, why don't you click subscribe, give the video a like so it becomes visible to more people, and please share with one other person, because when we all share with one other person, we will rapidly grow our 5D community. And we're growing by the second. I love each and every one of you. Share this video. There is a share button. When you go down, you see that little share arrow. Click that button and share it. Text it to a friend. Click that button. Put it on your wall. If you do that, that also helps the algorithms. It helps people find the tomorrow war, the breakdown. Obscure Cosmos, thank you so much for the support. Glazed in the Eye, Krispy Kreme handing out free donuts. Yeah, absolutely. You could get a free donut if you take that thing. Yeah. The Krispy Kreme. The glazed over. Siri, if you never saw my video on the Blue Star Prophecy, Hopi Blue Star Prophecy speaks about the glazed eyes. Do you see the glazed eyes in humans? Are they even humans anymore? I don't know. The glazed eyes. Oh, everyone's strolling in right at the end. The glazed eyes. I love each and every one of you. I will see you tonight on Patreon. It's going to be really powerful. I think a lot of people are going to be on the Zoom tonight. I have a lot of information to share with you. I have a code. It was put out in, I think, 2021. We're going to be breaking down this code tonight. It's very big. Patreon tonight. It's going to be the #1 Patreon that we've ever had. I assure you that, because it's unbelievable when you see these things and it's right there. And these fancy famous people, they put it out there. It's right in your face. But some people don't want to decode it. We will decode it tonight. I love each and every one of you. Around 7 o'clock, Kenny. Yeah, I will put the link once I have it set up on Patreon a little bit later. I hope that this message helps you. What are your thoughts on the tomorrow war? Flood this video with comments. Write a comment. What do you think about the tomorrow war? What do you think it's showing us? I love you all. I'll see you tonight. Bye for now.